Hey everyone. I know it's tough for the guitar community to come together at this time. Just want to talk about Eddie Van Halen and his impact on myself and music in general, you know. He was probably one of the guitarists that I looked up to after, but I still gravitated towards him. I started off with, AC/DC and all that stuff, Boston, But Eddie, in terms of guitar playing, and I'm not old enough for Jimi Hendrix or even, Van Halen himself, but I think since Jimi Hendrix's death is what everyone keeps saying, all those YouTubers saying that Eddie is the next one, because as Zach Wilde was saying before, Jimi Hendrix was knocking on the door. Eddie Van Halen just busted that door open, He was just an innovator, He broke the rules. He did all that tapping. I'll explain that later. And just no one could sound like him at that time. And it sucks that he died of cancer, He kept it a secret for a while. I'm seeing Gene Simmons say that part of his palate, which is the top of the roof of your mouth, I guess was cut off or something. I guess it metastasized somewhere else or something. The cancer went somewhere else. And, I found the news. I was at work yesterday and I found out that he died. And I'm just like, I was shocked. I was just like, this is shocking. The whole year has been bad enough already, but now that's my speaker needs to charge. But turn that off. Stupid speaker. Okay, but it's just been hard to think about that he's not here. He's not gonna be playing any more music, no live shows, writing songs, and he inspired a lot of people, including myself. When I first started guitar, I just wanted to be the simple guitar player, just strumming chords. And I didn't want to do all that fancy stuff, tapping and stuff, But when I listened to Van Halen, I wanted to start to, I was very conservative in what I did. I didn't want to play in a different style. I just wanted to keep it simple. So I listened to Van Halen, and then, all that tapping, he does all that tapping, and then another thing is that he made famous the whammy bar. I'm playing to tell you, there's no whammy bar on this. He dive bombed with his guitar, He dive bombed with his guitar, and he was just crazy. He inspired. I'm pretty sure he inspired the likes of, Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, and whatnot, and all that crazy stuff. But and I was watching Rick Beato's video. What if Eric Johnson played this solo to Stairway to Heaven, and they had Phil X do what Eddie Van Halen would do, And the day after, he just passed away. And I'm just shocked. Even making this video right now, I'm just shocked that he's gone. Randy Rhoads died back in '82, and everyone's wondering, well, there's something in the music world where if you die, you're that much better. But I think Randy Rhoads has cemented himself in his legacy within, 2 albums. I think it was Quiet Riot and 2 albums with Ozzy. But Eddie Van Halen, come on. He could have retired after the first album. And that's it. That's all he needed to do. He retired after the first album, it's finished. It's over. He doesn't have to make Fair Warning or all those albums that came after. He could retire after Eruption, and all of history would have been rewritten, because it's everything in that album, technique, tone, play style. And not many people, no one can play like Eddie. No one has his style, his like anything. It's just hard for me to think that he's gone. And I think he was the one who actually, he's the one who, with these techniques, with the, I can't do it, but is that fast, is that like, is that, it's that legato kind of thing, and and then you have eruption, like with that tapping, and you just go like, wow, how does he like, the first song that Van Halen song I heard and I learned was that. And I learned that, and I played that song. I played that song for my. Sorry about that. I played that song for my. I think it was my guitar competition a few years back, and yeah, that was just like, very crazy. And then that's when I started learning. I was actually after that when I learned that song. I started like getting into all that crazy stuff, stretches that Eddie was doing. And he made that thing where it's just like, yeah, sure, if it sounds bad, it is bad. If it sounds good, it is good. You don't really need scales for that. But I think he was trained in classical piano. His mom made him do that. And there was a story where he did say that he didn't really know theory or know how to read music, and that whenever his teacher would play, instead of looking at the book and reading the musical notations, because they have different. There's a bass clef and treble clef. Anyways, he would just listen to what the teacher played, and he played on the piano. Instead of reading it, he'd listen, he'd remember. So it's like muscle memory. And yeah, it was crazy. He had a really good ear. And it started like that. And he's been doing that for a few years. And, his impact in music is going to be forever written in the books. Because he's got a lot of famous riffs, Yeah, and he also did. Shit. But yeah, with the first album, he pretty much broke the rules. Again, like I said, with songs like Eruption, I'm the One, and then he's got that. They got really great riffs, and you also have. I remember listening to stuff like that, going, when I was in college, and that made me feel really good. That kind of music was there. He was really very innovative in what he did, especially like I said with the tapping, where he has like. like that. And then he also had some. You know, you can't think of anything. You know, then after Women and Children came in, and then obviously like the album after that, you know, you have stuff like. Yeah, overall, his guitar playing just changed everything, you know. But I think he's, like I said, I think he's the one who did the whole 3 notes per string. He did all that stuff. You know what? Another thing is too, the funny thing I read or I watched the interview when Randy Rhoads died. He said, "Oh, what a way to die! What a way to go!" And he also said, "It's not like he did anything new. Anything he did, he learned it from me." I just found that very, I just found that very funny. But other than that, Ed was I didn't know him personally, of course, and from what I've seen, what I've heard from his son, you know, he's very close with his brother Alex. He's had, he was married to Valerie Bertinelli for almost 30 years, but he kept his life very private. And I actually just heard that him and Sammy Hagar did reconcile, which is good, because obviously you don't want to take that to your grave. But I don't know if he reconciled with Michael Anthony though. But yeah, it's just very hard to think about that he died, you know. And I know some musicians have died like recently or this year, like Ginger Baker and Lee Kerslake. But you know, Eddie definitely impacted me and impacted a lot of the other people in the guitar world. Not even like you don't even have to be a guitarist to know. Like some people just grew up on Van Halen and bam, like that. You know, they just miss Eddie. And honestly, we were wondering why he couldn't, you know, tour. But then we just found out last year that he was battling throat cancer. You know, it's not really good to tour when you have something like that on your back, right? So, you know, it's just hard to find out the Eddies like that. And yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I can say he definitely inspired me to you know, play guitar and stuff like that. He was an innovator, you know, playing all day. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm just very speechless like yesterday that he just died. I mean, had he not died, would he have made more albums or more music? Who knows? Like, I don't really know, because age 65 is kind of young, you know, because you see the likes of Mick Jagger and Paul McCartney, they're still doing their thing at their age. But Eddie, you know, I'm thinking, well, what happened? Why he got throat cancer? Was there an infection or was it antibiotics and stuff like that? But I don't know, because he did smoke a lot and he did put his pick in his mouth, so that's kind of, I don't know if that contributes to throat cancer, but it's probably not something you want to do, especially on a daily basis. You know, he's put this pick in his mouth so he can tap. You know, you can just put it on your headstock or something. But yeah, all right, guys. So thanks for watching, and hope everyone feels better. Thank you.